for other potential things.
I too have my notes up.
I haven't actually taken any notes on this game yet because you guys have been I've basically just been open worlding it and you guys have been going with it, so haven't had to take notes yet.
Snakes be banging, yo.
Exactly.
Gymnastic.
But you guys left off having bonked out a thug. And, well, I guess not a thug. One of the fighters for, I just had to use a thug archetype for him. So you bonked out a fighters for. You didn't actually kill him, luckily, because you hear in the background one of the other of what you assume are the fighters for shouting for him. And that is actually where you guys left off as you were on the hunt for these guys and the noble that might or might not be under their care. Quote unquote care.
Kermit Jr.
See, who needs notes when you just do this? Who is, yes, known as Kermit Jr. to one of the party members. Because of a certain voice that I can do. So I think we actually literally left off with one of them had just shouted something at you, asking, well, not at you guys specifically, but you guys had replied, ish. But I don't know if you replied loud enough for the person further down in the basement to hear it.
Yeah, because I thought I had said that he fell down the stairs and hit his head or something like that.
Was that loud enough for them to hear it?
I don't know. I
Well, then I need to
wouldn't
do.
I wouldn't have yelled it, but I would have.
Alright, bring you up. Are you trained in perception at all? No, you're not. So we're just gonna do a base whiz roll. Let's do this. Normal.
Makes one wonder
Oh,
how.
hey, this the one calling out does actually hear, and goes, "Oh, is he okay?"
I think so.
Still breathing.
Well, can you bring him down for us? We got some bandages down here. We can take care of him here.
He's a little bit heavy. Could you send up one of yours to help?
I guess. Are none of you strong?
I am of weak constitution, sir. It's not a lie. I'm also going to prepare a spell for when I see whoever is coming up. I don't know if you two want ready actions as well.
I am going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and maybe something else is going on that I'm not aware of. And then I'm gonna get fucking ganked.
Who have I not added extra notes to of these available NPCs that I have? Lean, I need to add an extra note to because she is one of your guys, the servant of Sulfi. I also need to add this to another line to make sure I actually keep a note on it. Alright, so I guess I have been taking notes, just very light notes on NPCs.
Well, gotta keep track of what your different NPCs are. Makes sense.
Alright, so you hear, "Yo, Ted, would you mind checking that out, please?" It's shouted for whatever reason, just so you guys can know who's coming up. And she goes, "Okay," and starts, you hear dong, 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 just like rushing up the stairs really fast. They seem like heavy steps, and when you see this woman at the edge of your vision from the torchlight leading down into the basement, She literally takes up the entire staircase with her well-built frame.
He's right there.
Oh, shit! He really did take quite the fall. Well, all right, come on, let's bring him down. And she hefts him under her arm because if she hefted him over her shoulder, he would bonk his head on the ceiling. So she hefts him under his arm, looks at Xavier and goes, "Wait, you weren't strong enough, pussy," and walks down the stairs.
That was quite rude.
Oh, Liz is laughing at that one.
I have a problem. I failed to catch one person hopping off of a table. Help one person off of a table. And I'm scared to use my strength on people now.
Did you say all of that out loud?
No.
That would have been
was quite
amazing if you
rude.
did.
That was rude was out loud. The rest of it was internal. I'm sure it will come up again later at some point.
You're just gonna let her tell that to you, Xavier?
What am I gonna do? Fight her? Did you see her?
So I should mention that the person that she did heft under her arm is nearly as built as she is. He didn't quite take up as much of the stairwell as she did, but he's also pretty bulky. And she's actually like kind of walking down the stairs sideways to bring him down with her.
So what you're saying is I have advantage.
Are you following? Because she is receding pretty quickly.
I'm gonna follow.
Sure.
Yeah. I still
We
think
came
you
here
should
for a
stab her.
reason. We might as well see it through.
Yeah. We have a license to kill these guys.
When you get down there, activate. You see what you can assume is exercise equipment just scattered throughout the entirety of down here in this basement.
I can't see
I don't have
anything.
any of your characters on there, so you can't see shit. Hold
I have
on,
dark
hold on.
vision.
Yeah, you and your dark vision. It's okay. It's okay.
I have goggles of night, so I have dark vision.
And now you should be able to see.
Indeed.
So,
Oh, hey, look, it's V.
I saw his name.
Yotad drags, or not drags, but carries the unconscious one and just like kind of dumps him on what you would assume in today's terms would be a stand for bench pressing, and he kind of just flops there. This guy over here might have been the one that was shouting up to you, only because he's closer to you guys, but he's currently on a machine looking contraption just throwing weights around like they're nothing. And this guy gets up from sitting next to the noble and looks at you guys and goes, "Hey, sup? You here to work out with us?" All of them look exceptionally bulky. And it's a bit of a surprising scene because there is actually a tied up noble sitting next to that guy that just looks at you guys and goes through the rag in his mouth. And then the guy just goes, "Hey, shut up. We don't need any of that. You've given us enough trouble today. You keep trying to run away. We have a job to bring you back, you little shit." And then you just hear the noble go again.
Interesting.
Are you guys the famous fighters for?
Aye, that's us.
Can I get your autographs?
Any of us in particular? You kind of knocked one of us out. You're gonna be a short one. Is that okay?
Oh, that's fine. I can get him later.
All right. Well, you have anything to write with?
Yes, I do. And I'm going to pass him a quill and some paper.
He looks at the quill, hands it back to you. There's no ink.
Do I have ink? I should. Yes, I do have ink.
So when you pass him the ink, he does not take the quill back from you right away because he
Is he dipping his
stoppers. He
finger in my
removes the
ink?
stopper. He removes the stopper. Puts his thumb over the hole, flips it over, flips it back over, and then thumbprints the paper.
I'll take it.
If that's what your guys' autograph is, then you should be able to get all four, even if he's unconscious.
No, it doesn't count unless he does it himself. That's the rules.
Ah,
You have
There's
to
a
know how
point.
autographs work.
Sorry, you're the first famous person I've met.
I'm going to collect autographs from the other two that are conscious.
They do the same thing. Doesn't seem like any of them attempt to even try to write.
Okay. So, what's with the, well, not so much an elephant in the room, but the gnome in the room? Are elephants even a thing?
Yeah, elephants are a thing. Why do you ask? Oh, and yeah, the gnome's here because we got a job to rescue his ass, but it turns out he's just philandering around in town here, and when we tried bringing him back, he ran away from us, so we tied him up.
What a dick!
What a dick indeed! That dude has not stopped with the plates of weight since you guys got down there.
So, out of curiosity, your job is to get him home. Is there a reason he's kind of just tied up here?
Yeah, we
Instead
don't
of,
have the supplies to make the trip yet. That's why we went shopping.
ah,
yeah.
And seems like the one that had just gotten back is falling down the stairs, so we're just kind of waiting for that one to wake up.
That is fair.
My name's Gylix. What's yours?
I am Zeroji. This
I'm
is
his
my
brother
brother.
Xavier.
I'm Liz.
No relation.
You said Gylix?
Gylix.
Garlix.
Of course.
Letters 4. How do you spell Garlix? Gylix. Okay. I had the start and the end, right?
How close was I? Not even. I guess the first last letters.
And who are the other three of you?
Well, you've already met Yotad. The unconscious one is named Sinfa.
I know I'm not the smartest person. But I think if I could do some simple math, that's 3. Who's the fourth?
The person that I'm scrolling through my huge list of notable NPCs to find.
I spelled it the same way that Zerochi did with a couple less Fs.
And the one that is watching our troublemaking noble is named Suse.
Soothsay.
Think more Japanese. Susei. And the set finally ends. Oh, that was a workout. All right, it's time for your 100 over there, Susei. Xavier, 100 reps of the weights that you were seeing pushed around would probably even stress you out.
It's a rather impressive amount of. It's an impressive workout. It seems like you guys got going.
We do our best. Got to keep in shape, you know.
I can definitely see the benefit. Yeah.
You just hear Yotag go, pussy.
Again, rude.
Can't even lift him over there. He's maybe like 250 pounds. You probably could have got that. What the hell?
Maybe I didn't try. I guess.
Now, those two, I don't know what the hell that contraption is of an arm over there, but Zeroji, you said your name was? You're scrawny as fuck. What the hell? And this is all Yotad talking.
Yeah, I didn't drink a lot of milk as a kid.
Is that what allows you to use those flimsy wings to fly?
Yeah, actually.
Alright, I'll let that slide. Your brother has no excuse, though. You just hear the weights just start clanking again.
I think you could do a few reps, Xavier.
Yeah, you should give it a try.
And then you hear, oh, anyone get the name of that? The fuck was it? Glove that hit me? As it seems like the unconscious person is now coming to.
Oh, do you want to toss him a heel? He looks like he could use it, and we can do that.
I could do.
Do you mind if we heal your compatriot?
What do you mean by glove? One of the weights stops clanking. The situation got super tense all of a sudden. Oh, yeah, I'd take a heel.
I'm gonna go ahead and slap a healing hands onto him if they're gonna let me close to him.
The weights start clanking again. Tense situation seems gone.
He gets 3 hit points back.
Hey man, you doing alright? You took a nasty fall on those stairs. Also, could I get your autograph?
Are you sure I took a... Hold on. Wait. Roll a deception at disadvantage.
I take an 18 on it.
You take an 18 on it. Ooh. What's the total? Because that's still plus your modifier at that point.
17 would be the total. And he's going to get a 13 on his insight.
He's go.
I have foreseen this.
Exactly this conversation is what you
Exactly this conversation is what I've foreseen.
You foresaw a basic,
Of
simple
all the things to
misunderstanding.
use that on. Well, I already know the title of the vid, V.
I have
That's
foreseen
literally
this
just gonna say,
conversation.
I have foreseen this.
How jacked would it be if he had a
Yeah,
+4?
that makes sense. I guess I slipped or something. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, you just like as he sits up now, you all actually see there's just blood streaming down his face from one of the hits before that was not held back from lethal.
Crisis
It actually
to the
kind of
cradle.
adds to the illusion more that he did actually fall down the stairs though, so it works in your favor for the rest of them.
Hey, you should be more careful. Did you do some leg exercises before trying to walk up those stairs or something? You might have
I mean, I
not been.
did some lunges with the groceries on the way back.
Ah,
That'll do it.
yeah.
What is your animal familiar again, Kit?
An owl.
It just goes and nods its head yes. And you get the sensation that like it felt extremely awkward just watching this dude walk through the streets doing squats and lunges. You hear again as the noble tries speaking up. Right now that Xavier is right in front of him and he can get a good look at him. His eyes look like they're pleading with you to let him go.
Does he look like Kermit the Frog?
He does not look like Kermit the Frog.
Does he look kind of like the mayor of the town?
You assume if you remove the gag over his mouth and from the angle you're at, it might be. Might be.
Hmm.
The eyes, however, are the same color as the mare's.
It is Burrito, son of Kermit the Frog.
The person, basically the watcher now for him, goes, Burrito? I don't remember his name being Burrito. He removes the gag. Hey, is your name Burrito? No, you nitwit! It is not Burrito! And he puts the gag back on before he can even speak. Oh, okay. Alright, we're good.
Thinking after having that gag on for so long, you would have said something a bit nicer in a nicer way, at least. Jeez. So,
Out of curiosity, you're taking him back to Biln?
That's who we're contracted for, yeah. We're supposed to bring him back to Boom.
Oh. He ended up getting contracted for the same thing because he was gone for so long.
Yeah, it's a long trip for us. We don't have any commodities of horseback or anything like that. And plus, we like to work out along the way. We gotta get our 3 workouts a day. It's like an
Definitely
hour each.
understandable.
I, I, it's doing well for you. From what I can see.
Yeah, which means we gotta load up on protein. So we're just doing some odd jobs around town here before we head back to scrounge up enough money so we can actually make it back. Got a protein load, of course, carb load, all that stuff. Make sure we have enough to actually work out with, or else the workouts just they do negative impact. We don't actually get anything good out of them unless we have the proper food intake.
Ah,
so part of the reason that we were sent after him, the part of the reason that we understood that he was gone, is that he had run off with the mayor's coffers. Is the money
Here's coffers.
still?
Oh, maybe that's why we found him in where he was.
where was
Removes the
he?
gag again. Hey, did you spend all the money? What? Why would I spend all the money? We caught you in a whorehouse. Did you spend all the money? No.
I'm gonna
Removes
insight that.
puts the gag back on. I think that's your answer. He spent all the money. That is one insight check. Did you want to throw one yourself there, Liz?
I thought I connected it. Apparently it didn't.
What did you roll on Beyond?
11.
11. Alright, yeah, that's a very easy check. He blatantly is lying. He
I almost
spent
I almost
literally every dime, or dime, every copper piece of the coffer in that whorehouse. Plainly written on his face.
Well, that's unfortunate. Billman is going to be very unhappy. Did you guys want assistance in taking him back? We've been through a little bit in order to get this far.
Nah, we're good here. We just need to stock up on a couple more supplies. We're about to leave in about a day or so. I mean, you can join us if you want.
Sounds fun. Yeah,
I've
let's
heard
do
there are
that.
bandits on the road, so the more the merrier in that sense.
also heard from somewhere else, obviously, that there were some muggers somewhere out there.
Oh, I haven't heard anything about muggers. That's a new one. Are
Yeah,
they just like bandits though?
it sounds like they mug people.
Ah, we'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
By now, they're about 50 feet high in the forest.
You guys did send them off that direction.
And Callie's going home.
Is Kelly going home though?
I actually, to be fair, I have no idea what Callie's doing. I assumed Callie was going home because she needed something of comfort, something familiar.
So yeah, we can actually, since you were contracted for the same job, you can come back with us. Bill might be willing to split the pay. I don't mind splitting the pay otherwise, but could really use the money ourselves at the moment too. I hope you don't hold that against us.
Yeah.
We
Just
just want to make sure the job is completed.
Yep. Because
Oh yeah, we're out next day getting Bertio home.
All right.
all
We
Wait,
right.
can
you know
meet
what?
you
I
here
actually like
around.
burrito, but your new name is Burrito.
Right? It sounds delicious.
Through the gag again.
Yeah. He's with how raft tipped he's gonna have to be on the trip back, so he doesn't run away. He'll look like one.
Oh, and I bet Bill's gonna keep him locked up for quite a while.
Yes. Especially if he spent everything.
Assuming Bill can continue to afford the people that keep them locked up. Yes.
You might want to check that whorehouse. Maybe he didn't actually spend everything, but that's just kind of where we caught him. So they might be nice enough to part with whatever he didn't spend, but they are a whorehouse, so probably not.
Might be able to check that out.
Well, seems like we both have our goals of that sort then. We will gladly bring Burrito back with us if you guys want to check out the whorehouse, see if they have any recompense for this person that did not spend hopefully all of the money.
Yeah, if he spent all of it, that's
Impressive.
kind of sad that he had to spend that much at a whorehouse.
Well, it also depends. He's quite new to city life too, right? Like, obviously we have our house and our setup here, so we're used to this. But even being famous fighters for it still takes a lot of money to live here. I'm sure you know how that feels. Okay, maybe you don't know how that feels. I'm sorry to assume.
Uh, New here myself.
Yeah, I could see that. I've not seen any. Are you? I don't even know what you are, but you're in full armor, so you got to be someone somewhat strong, right?
Could be stronger. I need to be. I've recently found I'm not strong enough.
Well, maybe you can do some training days with us when we get back from handing Burrito over.
If we have time to settle in town for a bit, but we might have to be keeping ourselves busy working on other stuff. We'll see.
Yeah, that way he doesn't drop people on top of himself anymore.
Yeah, that was not my favorite experience. To be fair, it wasn't the worst thing that's happened, so
the three of them that are more conscious kind of give you a sidelong glance and go, "What are they talking about?"
Anyways, I guess we should go check out the whorehouse. It's like okay.
Yeah, guess so. Which direction is that? I'm
Did
assuming a
I
city that's
pin the map this time? I
I'm
did pin the map.
assuming the city this size says more than one, so knowing which one
Can
to
we
go to
arrange
would
a
probably be ideal.
specific time tomorrow to meet them? I just missed it while typing.
There was no specific time given,
You
Okay.
probably
and
still can.
also he removes the gag from Burrito. Hey, Burrito, what whorehouse did you go to? Did you catch the name of it? Why would I give you the name of the place I might or might not have done business in?
It might
We're
lessen
gonna
the
go
amount
get
of
some
time if
money.
we can recover any of our money.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, I am bad at persuasion checks. Someone else roll that.
You're the one who said it. You have to roll it.
Yep.
We'll
You
take an
sure you're
18.
bad?
How the fuck am I a -1 charisma?
I have a +3.
Oh, right, because wasn't Callie supposed to be the face?
Uh, Xavier was supposed to be the face.
Or Xavier the face? Okay.
Kelly's not social. Like what?
Yeah, both of us have -1 charisma.
I need this tab. And I need this district. He sort of mumbles something. Huh? I didn't quite catch that. He mumbles it a bit louder. Oh yeah, that's the place. That's like I could see that. That's a good place. At least you have good taste. And then he gets regagged and the fighter goes. Apparently, he said it was the Topaz Floozies.
Topaz floozies. Alright, well, we can go check that out tonight, and then we'll meet you around 10 tomorrow, so you can get your morning workout in.
Yeah, we'll definitely have our workout knocked out by then.
Okay. Yeah. I'll see you then. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't try and get out again on you.
Ah, he's secured as all get out here. We're good.
Alright, well, have a good workout.
Hey, good luck on your search. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that went well.
Well, that's a dodged battle map. How dare you?
Well, they were just doing the same job as us, so.
I would like to keep your familiar watching over the house if that's possible,
Yeah, I can do that.
in case they are pulling some underhanded shit and are trying to leave after we were gone. But it seems they seem genuine. I'm assuming we've left at this point. That's the only reason I'd be saying this.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured after the goodbyes we walked out.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
do you?
Yeah, you guys are back on the road, and you are, where are you guys? You're in
We were near the market.
either Roguesboro or
Yeah.
Ashwood District. I can't remember. I think I would put it in Ashwood District,
I think we
closer
were
to
in
the market
Roseboro,
there.
but I can't remember.
I
Oh, it
thought we
might
were
have been
going to
Roguesboro.
Roseboro.
Alright, then yeah, you're in Roguesboro, still closer to the market though.
So, do either of you know where this place is?
God, I hope not. That'd be weird.
Give me intelligence checks, you two. Just checks, not saves. Xavier,
Oh, spare
you
me.
use your uncanny knowledge of the city to piece two and two together and realize that the Topaz Floozies, while you don't know directly where it is probably located in the Topaz Gate borough.
That's why he's the smart one.
Are the memes transcending games now? Or have you just been waiting to say that all this time?
I've been waiting for the opportune moment.
Alright, well, let's get heading that way and we can start looking.
All right, I need perception checks from all three of you, and also your familiar, but your familiar is staying watch, so yeah.
For outside?
Yeah, as you're walking down the streets going towards Topaz Gate.
I am oblivious. This is like the first character I've ever had where my perception is less than +4. Feels
Because
weird.
you chose a caster that's not based off of wisdom.
Everything is different and my body hurts.
I rolled an 8. It's still not connected.
Did you press the D20 button on the...
I did. I just decided to start messing around with Linux, and I think it's not happy about that. I don't think the
Linux?
N20's like. Yeah, I'm on a Linux partition right now.
But why?
Because I don't know.
Why during the game, sir? Why?
Oh, I've been using it all week. It's just I forgot to switch over.
All right. I am currently in my kitchen, so I can't see your rolls. So V got an 8.
I got a 10.
And
got a
Kit,
7.
what did... So you got a
I
7. What did
am
your owl
oblivious.
get?
Oh, my owl got... It rolls it twice. What was my owl's perception? It was plus D&D 5e. This is why I had the familiar up. There it is.
Close out of the familiar on accident.
Do perception +3, so 2d20 +3.
Oh, that's a lot of root beer. That's gonna be so good.
My owl got a 12.
Jeebus, people. Well, I had a
I'm gonna
default check
go
for
with
that.
I'm still recuperating from watching my brother almost get murdered like last night.
Now it's just business as usual, man. You guys are already full healed from that. The power of adventuring groups. They heal faster than
Fortunately, long
literally
rests
everyone else in
don't.
the world.
Unfortunately, long rests don't cure PTSD.
Touche. Alright. Then you guys keep going throughout the city. You make it to Topaz Gate. And you can either start asking around for where this place might be, or you can start walking through the streets, seeing if you can just find it.
I would love to start with just walking through the streets because I'd rather happen upon it.
Alright. And are you staying together to find this place? Or are you splitting up to hopefully potentially cover more ground and find it faster?
I'm not splitting up off on my own.
I'm squishy. I am staying with the party.
All right, so
I
we
feel
go.
like if you were stab him, you would have split.
Oh, yes. I have HP then and can do that. I'm a wizard. I'm fucked if someone, like, breathes on me wrong.
I'm sorry, I'm giving you very skewed visions of wizard at this point.
I mean, it's
Are
a
they
little
skewed? Are they
level
skewed though?
3 wizard. What do you expect? Like, level 3 is the most dangerous for any character. It's just, I happen to be incredibly easy to hit with a low HP pool.
Looks like we're looking together.
Yep.
Alright. Then if you're looking together, one of you can do a roll with advantage, or all three of you can do rolls separately. Sounds like separate rolls it is. Give me 3 separate perception checks. And this is specifically to find the floozy place.
I
Ooh,
got it.
Zeroji is on the lookout. Zeroji and Xavier on point. Liz, being super embarrassed to look for this place, is kind of just like looking down instead of looking around for the name of this place, and kind of just follows the group along. But Zeroji, unerringly, like an arrow, walks straight towards it like he's been there. No, I'm just kidding. But he does walk straight
Aryar's
towards it.
mentioned it in passing.
So Zeroji has no issues, takes like a couple streets, and you find the Topaz Floozies. There's a sign, and it is absolutely of a gemstone and a what you could assume is the rough figure of a human lady leaning against the gemstone, ready to, I don't know, potentially take it in some form or direction, whatever it might be.
She's expecting deliveries. I'm staying out here out of respect of Aryar.
I can wait out here with you as well.
Xavier, you seem to
Go.
have been
I
picked
guess
as the
I'm
person
going
going in.
to walk in by myself. Ugh.
I'm gonna
Respect
grab
to
a drink of water
Aria,
real
my
quick. I'll be right
ass.
back.
As soon as you walk in and the nice silk uh sh- sheet, not sheet, what are those called? Curtain. The nice silk curtain falls back behind you. You get accosted by two. I should probably close this door because Tiff has a friend over now. Bye out there. Also, hi Alyssa. Bye Alyssa. You get accosted by two scantily clad ladies. One of them is a tiefling, and another one, as you take a longer look at her, her eyes seem to have a similar faint change to them, much like yours do.
Interesting.
And then you also get accosted behind you after they drag you in a little bit by a guy, who this one is just a normal human, but no less as good looking.
I'm sure they only
And
have the
he
best.
he is the one that goes, "Oh, hello. How may we help you today? Perhaps we
Sir,
could help take you out of this armor first."
I'm actually here on business.
Ah, that's
Uh,
exactly what we're here for, business to help you out. Here, should
oh,
I get the ladies
perfect.
lined up? Maybe the
Could you help
guys
me?
lined up? Maybe a bit of both. Do you want a mixed bag today?
Perhaps a manager?
Oh, I am the manager. Are you trying to request me? I'm going to be a bit more expensive.
Actually, I'm hoping to ask about another patron who may have been here a couple days ago.
Well, I'm sorry. The patrons obviously aren't for sale. They do their own thing with the other workers here. However, I might be able to help you out with like some package deal. Might be able to get a patron to agree to a show with you.
I'm actually looking for some money that may or may not have been spent by this person. He stole it from his father in the town over.
So you're not here on any business of the sexual variety?
Unfortunately, not today.
Alright, ladies, go away. Come with me. Drops all pretenses of like sexual innuendo talk and just like has you follow him to his office. He, however, is still also scantily clad and sits down in a chair behind his desk. His desk has a open bottom, so there's no like and nothing blocking you from seeing the fact that he is basically in a G-string.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a chair that you can sit across from him in.
I'll take a seat, if nothing else, but to just process everything I'm going through at the moment.
Alright, what do you mean by this person?
Uh, he's a gnome that goes by the name of Bertio. If my brother were in here with me, he'd call him Burrito. Uh, he seemed to run away from town with an obnoxious amount of money from what it sounds like. I'd be kind of surprised if he were to have spent all of it. And he got picked up by 4 adventurers.
Now, it's not usually in our model to disclose information on our guests. So,
Understand?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
about the
I
most
don't
I can
need
tell
any
you,
information about the individual himself. I'm mostly concerned with
the most I
extra
can tell
money
you
he
about
might
this
have not
guest,
spent or left here.
he did not spend any extra money here. He paid for all of his stuff up front with me. All of his transactions were legal, and we are not holding on to any extra money. I would assume if he was to have any extra money, he would have left it at whatever place he was staying at.
Is there any chance I could get an approximation of how much money he spent?
He had ordered all of the ladies during his first night here, so that comes out to around about 200 gold for that day. And he ordered half of the ladies the next day. So that was 100 gold that day. I would say that he spent probably close to over the course of his time here around 500 gold.
Prometeo spent about 500 gold at the Bluesy house. Perfect. I think I that's all the information I need right now. If I need anything else, I'll be sure to come pay you a visit.
Make sure you leave her a tip.
It's not a her. Um, what do I have in my pockets right now? How much money do I have? I don't know how much is appropriate tip for this transaction.
Was there any other business that you'd like to conduct? Are you sure you don't want to partake of any of our activities of the night?
Unfortunately, I will have to pass. However, I do appreciate you giving me your time. I don't know how much money this would have to be for, but I can give you 5 silver for your assistance.
I do run
Uh,
a business, so it is appreciated for the tip. I didn't give much information. However, again, I do run a business, so I will have to see you out so that I can help the other customers that might be coming in.
Understood. Thank you.
He
I'll oh, go ahead.
stands up and quickly begins to shuffle you out. And of course, there are other guests that come in, and he immediately lapses back into his accent that he uses with them to kind of like win them over as you are left at the exit.
I'll head back out and regroup with the party, not remembering exactly why I went in there, other than to try to get some information about where the money would have gone. So it sounds like over the time he spent here, he spent about 500 gold
Jesus
after
Christ.
having ordered quite literally every lady in the house on one night, and another half of him again the night after. I don't know
Uh,
how large the billing coffers would have been. I would hope that an entire town had more than 500 gold. So we might be able to find more at wherever he was staying before he got picked up by the famous four.
Were you able to find out where he was staying?
They had no idea.
mm, well then, only one who that well, the fastest way to find out where he was staying would be to ask him. But
Maybe I didn't ask. Huh. Now that I
You
think
asked.
about it. Okay.
You did ask.
And yeah, I guess we'll have to ask Mr. Burrito himself.
yep. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna head back and
All of this
ask
walking
him.
through the city, it is now approaching nighttime. Are you still going to head back there and ask?
I'd like to do that so that if nothing else, we can provide them an update about how we might not be available in the morning so that we can go and investigate wherever he was staying.
All right, give me a perception check. On your way back to Roguesboro and the Fighters Four's house.
On my seeing eyes today.
Your dice just like crashed into one of the other dice, and that dice was a brick. You didn't even move.
Wait, you have a +6? Jesus.
Wait, why did that add a +6? That's weird.
It added a +6 last time too.
What do you see with your elven eyes?
It's supposed to just be a +4. That's weird.
My something might have changed when Obsidian brought everything migrated over.
Yeah, because it says +4, but then when it has the formula, because I just
Is
started
there any
using the
chance
character
that
sheet on here.
like your glasses improve your perception at all? Your goggles or whatever.
Uh, nah, the goggles of night just give you dark vision.
Yeah, then I've got no idea why it's seen a +6.
So it should be a 14 instead of a 16.
Try a different roll to see if it's doing it for other stuff as well.
Yeah, it is.
Alright. So Xavier, you on your way back start sort of thinking that someone might or might not be following you.
I try to take a peek to see if I can get a better look at him. Stealthily. That's the worst thing I could ever say on this character, but
Alright, give me a stealth roll.
alright. That's about as bad as I expected it to be. I got a 3.
And give me that perception check now.
Well, I saw him at least, I hope.
Uh, you made a lot of noise trying to do this quietly, tripping over yourself, and like finally turning around. And when you raise your eyes up to actually see, after catching your balance again, to look where you thought this presence might have been watching you from, you see nothing of out of the ordinary. Just seems like any other alleyway that you've been going across through your trip. Excuse me, so far.
Nothing to be concerned about.
Sorry about that, guys. Must have caught my foot on something. Had the feeling that something was watching us. So we should just
Okay.
keep going.
You no longer have any sense of that presence that might have been watching you.
Okay. That's
All right, you guys make it back to the Fighters 4 ish. Zeroji,
What's up?
you no longer sense the presence of your familiar.
As in, it's been killed, or as in it has moved elsewhere?
You don't sense it at all when you got within range of what you think would have been in range of the house. So unless you were able to determine that, I'm not sure if you're able to determine if it's outright been killed, if it's out of your range to begin with. But it is very clear that where you had posted it to keep watch, it is either not there or gone or dead.
Are there any signs of a fight?
None whatsoever.
All right, go to the cellar door, I guess.
Go to what?
Uh,
the cellar door where they were.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you guys had closed the cellar door after you, but it is standing agape wide open again.
Uh,
And you see not only the blood splatter that you guys had had with the one of the fighters for from the initial fight, but you see what seems to be a very bulky arm further down towards the edge of your vision.
I'm gonna activate my armor. And,
Liz
uh,
Iron Man's up.
I'm
it,
gonna hop down and check it out if Liz is not taking the initiative here.
I will follow them inside.
If you're going first, Liz, by all means, I'm not gonna hop in front of you.
Liz just
yeah.
said she's activating your armor.
I was gonna, I was just doing that before I even thought of moving in. But so
As soon as you take a step in, you see that that arm is not attached to any body, but it is a bulky arm.
That is disgusting.
that's
And I worry to find what else is in this room, but I'm gonna keep going anyway.
following after.
I'll have
You
my sword and
proceed
shield out as
down
we go down the stairs.
to the basement again, and it looks like a fight had definitely happened down here. Not much of one. It was a very one-sided fight because one of the fighters for that was on the weight machine doing the is still there, minus his head, which is right in front of you guys at the door. The one that recovered and was resting on the bench is still on that bench, but is also missing a head. That head seems to be resting in front of you guys near the door. The other two do seem to still have their heads, but they are missing quite a bit of other pieces of them, as they seem to be scattered around the room of just a mass of body parts. One body that you don't see that you might have expected is the nobles.
Huh. Are any of them still salvageable?
Give me an investigation check.
Not a medicine check?
They're all very clearly dead with no recovery. Like, every one of them is missing limbs that they should not be missing in order to function or live without bleeding out to death.
15.
So, as you are going about checking them to see if any of them might potentially be, have any chance of living at all, period. You also take a scope of the two heads that are in front of the door, and one of the heads in his mouth, clenched in his teeth, there seems to be a wad of paper.
It's all you, brother.
Yeah, you you can get that.
All right, I will do so.
All right. And as you pull out the wad of paper from the clenched teeth, it takes a little bit because you're very weak, and this is rigor mortis has already set in on the head.
This reminds
Uh,
me of anatomy in Arkenton High.
you finally pry the note out, and you open it up and read it, and it says, "This is what you get for crossing the Guild of Shadows."
That son of a bitch.
Who's the Guild of Shadows?
I'd have
Yeah,
to assume it's the guy that robbed our house.
but that this seems like more of a mess than that guy would make, though.
They weren't trying to steal our stuff. They weren't trying to steal stuff here. There's nothing here to steal down here.
Except for,
The noble.
yeah.
I think it's time we go look at a mirror, huh?
Yeah, we'll take the note with us. Are there any valuables on their bodies?
uh, uh, they
Like,
were
they
actually
happen to have a
correct in the
diamond available?
they were correct in the fact that they were absolutely kind of strapped for cash because they kept loading up on food for this trip. So there's a lot of food that you might be able to find upstairs, but doesn't seem like they themselves have anything of any note on them. In fact, most of them were just in a normal shirt with some briefs at least to cover them, so that they could work out and have more mobility to work out with.
Hmm. Um. Well, we need to get back to Sulfy so I can summon my familiar back to me. I
And,
think it should remember who it saw.
well, let's hurry up and do that then so that we can figure out what we're dealing with. And I'd rather not just stand around and hear around all this. So let's go.
As you're about to head up the stairs, you hear from the top of the cellar stairs, "Oi, is this a place they told us about? This is a place where there's some shit going down."
No, nothing's going down here anymore.
Is
Hey,
this
who's
the
there?
guard?
Whoa. Oh, did we hear that or did we see them? I thought we saw them.
You hear it. You hear it at the top of the stairs.
Ah, well then disregard what I've said. I guess we need to decide if we're gonna walk out in these guards. I don't want to make that choice on my own.
Yeah, Sulfy sent them.
Mm, makes sense. Right. Okay, I remember that now.
Hey, can we get some help down here? There's been a murder. Sulfy sent you, yeah?
Out of game. I thought you told Sophie not to send any guards.
We did.
We did.
Okay, just making sure you remember that back in game. Nah, we just got a tip. But if there's been a murder, we're gonna have to check it out and make sure you guys don't go anywhere for now, okay?
Okay, there has been 4 murders. It's a little bit
Oh,
gruesome. It
oh,
actually, I'm kind of sickened by what's going on.
that's a lot. I see the
There's,
arm as yeah. I just walked by an arm.
there's
That's an
also
arm.
it's worse down here.
there's been a kidnapping as well.
So there's been 4 murders on top of a kidnapping. Do you know who
Yes.
was kidnapped?
Yes. It was the mayor's son of
Film.
no, not of Biln. He's of shit.
Oh
What's the
wait,
name of the city?
I was gonna wonder if Will would get that right. Tawdry Rough.
Trodryruff. Yes. The
Oh.
mayor's son of Todryruff has been kidnapped.
wait. Why did I hear the name Bill earlier?
Because
The name
Billin
of
is
the
the
guy.
mayor's name.
Bill is the mayor.
Yep.
Fuck.
It's okay.
You're probably going to need a couple guys to move these bodies because they look incredibly heavy.
They're also in many places.
One of them immediately just pukes in the corner as soon
Basically,
as he gets down there.
I'm going to prestidigitation that.
Do you mind if I at least wait outside?
And the one that pukes goes, yeah, I'll go with you.
I would love to help carry things, but that is not my forte.
Before you go and just stand outside, we need more people here to clean this mess up and investigate things.
I can help with the cleaning. I just can't help with the carrying.
I mean, like the cleanup involves the picking up of the body parts and shit. Liz is already walking out now after hearing even more grotesque things.
Yeah, the yeah, because the throwing up and the almost throwing up, that's making it even harder for her.
Xavier, are you capable?
Sure.
All right, and you guys work at this for a while. Trying to respectfully clean up the Fighters 4. While they were famous, they were not necessarily extremely skilled in anything other than their arena fighting that they were doing and the small jobs as adventurers that they would take on. So as you are now cleaning this up and seeing all of the wounds and the grotesqueness of the scene, you can definitely see that they were outmatched. And give me an investigation check, Xavier and Zeroji again.
Do you want to just give me advantage? I've got +3.
If you would have said that before I rolled, I'm sure.
I said it like as soon as he finished talking.
Yeah, but it doesn't take long for me to click a button.
You can tell that from the scuffle and the footprints and everything that seems like it was going on around all of the weights. It looked like a flowing dance by whoever, and this is a singular person now at this point. You can see from the footprints, Zeroji, that by whoever did this. It was very smooth. Each part cut off was done so extremely cleanly. And even the fact that these bodies are all basically dead, kind of where you would assume they would have left themselves and whatever they were doing, like the person working out or anything like that. The only one that put up a fight was the one in the middle of it all, and that was because they were the last to die, and they're the ones that got most of the body parts removed. and it seems like it was done slowly, methodically, piece by piece, while the person was still alive. Like whoever it was might have been playing with this one.
I will report my findings to the guard.
Now you got the other guard to puke.
I'm gonna say you're right. That
Who
really
has
doesn't
a
sound like
mindset to
Aether.
do that?
We did find a note on one of them while we were working at it. It says, "This is what you get for crossing the Guild of Shadows." Do you know who they are and why the Fighters 4 might have crossed them?
The guard's face pales, and he says, no, I don't know who they are. I gotta go. Bye, guys. And he walks up the stairs away from you immediately.
I'm gonna
That was a
insight check
rotate.
that.
I don't need to insight check that to realize that he's a fucking liar.
Well, I got an 8, so I hope you do better.
Fuck. I can't see the roll. Oh yeah, I did better.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he knows maybe something about them.
Hey, you good?
Yeah, no, bye. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
What do you...
He gets up to the top of the stairs. Liz, you see him at the top of the stairs. He goes, "Hey, we gotta go. We have to go." And the other
What?
guards are like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, okay, fine. Let's go. Let's get out of here." And they
What?
both just run off. Like,
What's wrong?
run off. They do not answer you. They run off.
Huh. Well, we're not in trouble for the pile of corpses.
We should keep this note to use for other situations where we get in trouble.
Uh, what was that about?
Do I have any knowledge of the Guild of Shadows, or does Xavier, since we lived in Arkenton?
So, because you not only lived in Arkenton, but a lot of your training was done in the castle, not only are you aware of the power economy of the city, you know that there are two leading factions of power in the city. One of them being an assortment of guilds, uh, and these guilds, from what you have been told of them, basically control more so the outer ring, uh, pretty much things that the castle, the other pole of power in the city, does not handle. So while the castle handles all the politics and kind of defense of the city from outside, they cannot possibly hope to handle all of the corruption within the city. That corruption is handled by these guilds in one way or another. That is about the gist of what you know about them, because even the people of the castle, outside of maybe the leaders, Nina and Mina, and you're not sure what they would even know, there's not much known of these guilds.
Hmm.
Common ones that are usually named in threats and whatnot are ones like this Guild of Shadows that has given you a threat.
Right, well, let's get back to Sulfy. I'll resummon my familiar, get what I can, and get what information I can out of them. And then
There
see
we go.
what
I
we can...
found the note instead of struggling along on my own. The consortium of guilds, as well as the Castle of Magic, have a sort of symbiosis with each other that neither will admit to. And that is something that you know of being trained within the castle. The guilds seem to be able to keep the peace within the city, while the castle heavily discourages attacks from without, being the power of magic that they are.
It's gonna be a real shame when they try to sell him off to where he's from, because he's probably very easily noticeably a noble, and find out that that town has no money and they just kill him.
Is it really gonna be a shame though? He spent 500 gold at a whorehouse.
He funded a good. He just provided money to a whorehouse. I'm not gonna judge. I would more judge him for stealing the money from his hometown.
He
Wait,
provided money to the whorehouse owners.
true. I assume they're running a fair business and don't treat their employees like shit.
That is a weird assumption to make.
They seemed they seemed to be okay when I was in there.
That's
Did you
their
just bring
job.
capitalism into my game, you fuck? What the hell?
It's the only life he knows. You can't blame him.
I didn't bring it in. It was pre-installed. I just exist in it.
Yeah. Something you need to tell us, Kit?
No.
Let's not hang around here and let's head back real quick. Just just in case if whoever that was that Xavier's thought was following us comes back. I'd rather not get jumped on the street.
Especially not by whoever did that.
Yeah.
Alright, I've introduced and given you names of the fighters for, and guess what?
Gone.
Did.
I wrote them down too. It goes to show I shouldn't write this shit down.
You gave us names for all of them and then killed them within an hour.
You could have asked them more questions.
They still would have died though.
Who knows? I might not have set them up as scapegoats to my story so early. If you asked them a bit more, I don't know. You don't know. You don't know me. I'm not currently going through my notes and just writing a little extra tidbit on all of them, a little bullet point that says dead.
So we are heading back, and I know Liz at least is keeping an eye out for anybody that seems to be following us.
Alright, now you guys are on high alert. Give me perceptions with advantage, all of you.
We're about to find out if I'm on high alert.
You're on as high as alert as you can with the light given and the circumstances given.
Oh god, mine's a 13.
So we have a 13, a 15, and a 19. And literally all of you feel like you sense a presence, but anytime you go to look for it, it does not seem like it's there.
I'm
I
not gonna
don't like
stealthily
this.
look for it again. I did not succeed last time. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
That's probably fine.
I wish I could say that we'll be safe once we get some home, but like I'm not sure that's true either.
You do actually make it home safely, and there is an odd quietness about the house, but you do see Sophie in one of the windows at a desk, seeming like he's just working away. But the quietness stems from the fact that it seems like there's just no guards at all around your house where you thought Sophie was going to increase security.
Hmm.
I don't like this.
Yeah, me neither. Guess we should
Well,
go make talk,
let's go
find
in.
out what's going on.
Okay.
You head on inside, and a familiar face greets you at the door. It is Lean. She says, "Hello. Is there anything I can take for you? Any help I can provide?" She seems sort of distraught at the moment, but you're not sure if that's just because of what happened last night or if that's something current.
Anybody come by while we were out?
I heard whispers that all of the guards have left guard detail around our house. I was not given a reason why.
Any chance Sophie would know? Dead? I'm not sure what I'd call him actually.
At this point, I'm willing to guess that we've been marked. But yeah, Sophie might know, Master Sophie might know a little more. You're definitely welcome to ask him. He is in this study. We're just working at the moment. And at hearing that, where you guys had seen him was the library window. The study, you know, is actually in the back.
In the study, you say?
Yeah, he's in the study. Would you like me to take you to him?
I'm gonna insight check.
Go for it.
15.
She is telling the truth.
Do you two want to go check that out while I check out the library?
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Who wants to go first? Xavier alone or Zeroji and Liz?
I'll let them go
Also,
first.
also Lean is giving you a questioning look, going, "Is something the matter?"
Just wanted to check something out that I think I saw in the window. It shouldn't be a problem. I will let them go first because I need to use the bathroom.
Okay. Let's actually take a break here then.
Yeah, I'll go grab a drink then.
I'll be right back.
I will continue pulling keys off of my keyboard.
Why? Are you cleaning them?
Yeah. Probably go grab the blower too. Be right back.
Level 3 paladin that smells rockets. Moving in his father stunning a planter. Probably actually from one of the circles that it's actually the study of the house. Bang. I don't know what's going on, but we got brought and almost murdered once.
Ah, I figured out why it wasn't working. Since a different install, I didn't have any of my settings set up in Beyond 20 yet. That would do it.
Right there. One is how you doing? There. How you doing there, buddy? Buddy. D. Hi. Huh? Where? I don't really know. Can you bring me a truly? Any of them other than watermelon?
All right, are we all back?
I am back.
All right, Kit, are you there? I'm going to say Kit is not there.
So it would seem.
Bitch.
All right, I'm back. Did I die?
Yeah, you're dead. I'm sorry.
I figured.
Yeah, it happens
It
pretty
just
quick.
happens that way.
Yeah.
That's what you get for
Sometimes
playing a squish. You gotta just not play squishes anymore.
apparently.
All right, I need to hide, because they are not here.
I'm not sure how you handle split party scenarios in this situation.
We go one party at a time.
Do I hop to a different channel in Discord or?
Oh, you can all stay here.
All right.
See?
That also makes it easier if we're just gonna relay everything to each other
Yep.
at the end anyways. We can just say, yeah, we tell you all of what happened.
I'm just gonna
I know
shout
for
all of my actions while they're happening.
describe the entire battle scene so that way he gets updated in real time.
I know for a fact Kit will absolutely make everything very well aware throughout, so.
At least as long as I'm conscious.
Alright, so we are doing Zeroji and Liz first. You two make it to the study with Lean leading the way.
I'm preparing
And
myself for a trap because we did see Father.
And as you walk into the study, prepared for a trap that does not spring, you see Sophie behind his desk going, "Oh, welcome back. How went the search?"
It, well, we had found him, and now we lost him again.
Yeah. Uh, do you know where you lost him? It looks like he kind of just interrupted him in the middle of whatever he was writing down, so he's just kind of get his bearings at the moment, so he's asking a filler question.
We were trying to track down where he had been after we had found him and see if he had stashed any of the money away. And when we got back to where he was to ask him some more questions, he was gone and the people with them were dead.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, who's that?
Bye bye.
Ew! What's
Oh, it
that?
would be the one that was probably potentially maybe trying to talk.
Probably, maybe.
Yeah.
Potentially, maybe, probably trying to
Did
talk.
you hit the mute button while you were trying to clean your keyboard?
Do you remember what you set the mute button to? Do you have problems, Kit?
I think Kit's having problems.
If I were a betting man, I'd say yes.
Because this is suspiciously quiet for Kit, so he's
He's
got to
the
be having.
Sophie imposter the whole time.
Oh, he's typing now. Internet
Ah.
dead. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So moving on to Xavier then. Xavier, you walk into the library, also probably prepared for traps, right?
Indeed.
All right. So you walk into the library, and you slowly walk around to where you saw your pops at the study, and you see your pops at the study. Basically in front of the uh not campfire, what the heck? In front of the chimney, reading one of his books.
Hey, what's up? How's it
Oh,
going?
hello. You made it back, I see.
Yeah, I want to just kind of glance out the window to see if I see anything fishy going on out there.
Just dead of night. Don't really have many lanterns lighting up the road, so it's pretty dark out there.
He went out and found Bertio. Turns out that
All right, I'm back. Internet died briefly.
okay, I am chatting with our father in the library. Turns out that he had been found by the previous adventurers sent to bring him back to Tawdry Roof.
Oh, is that good or bad news?
Well, he didn't have any of his money. As we went to investigate it, we basically determined that it was probably wherever he was staying while he was here. So we returned to the house we found the adventurers were holding him in. And all the adventurers had been very brutally yet seemingly gracefully murdered. And Bertio is gone.
So he was kidnapped from the kidnappers?
That's what it sounds like.
That's rough.
They left behind a note referring to the Guild of Shadows.
I think I've heard of them.
Did you did you move into the library recently?
No, I've been here all night. Why do you ask?
Well, oh, fuck, what's her name? Lane?
It's a really good book.
Was it Lean? I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
Yes, Lean.
Her name is Lynn.
Lean said you were back in the study. Zeroji and Liz went back to go check you out, see if you were there.
Ah, well, I didn't see her on my way over to here, so maybe she just mistook where I'm at.
She seemed pretty confident.
Confidence can be misplaced. I didn't see her.
Do you mind if we go meet them there in case they're looking for you?
Sure, we can do that. Lead on.
I'll start making my way back to the study and making sure that he's following.
As you try making your way back to the study, the door leading out of the library slowly closes before you get to it, and you hear a as it locks. So the servant gave me away. There is a figure not within your own striking distance or even his, but he does have his weapons drawn and he is looking at you. Does not look like your father anymore.
Of course. Do I have anything that would make a loud sound very quickly?
Banging your weapon against your armor. I don't know. That is on you.
Yeah, that might be what I go for. How far away from the door did I get before it closed and locked? Or was he the one that closed it?
He closed it, but you're unsure of the method of how.
Mei-chan.
Maybe. Uh, I'll look back at him and basically say, so, what are you doing here then? With my sword and shield drawn?
A test of sorts. I want to see what all you three are capable of.
Who are you?
Oh, you don't need to know that.
You broke into my house and impersonated my father. Feel like it's kind of pertinent information.
Dead men don't need pertinent information.
Say dead man.
Roll me.
Oh, he's referring to me, of course. What am I rolling?
Your initiative.
Wow, this will never be my forte.
Well, you tied each other. I'm going to guess that he goes first, though.
Oh, I have a -1.
Yeah, he goes first.
Yeah.
So he just says, "On guard, young paladin." For those rolls. That was the worst. Wait, actually, can I do this? I thought it would do that. Or is it not doing that because I'm in the encounter builder? That's probably why. Let me pull up another sheet then. Whoa, too many things. Ah, there it is. Haha, it does work. He goes first, and he walks up to you with a long sword and short sword in each hand and attacks you with the long sword.
He's wielding 4 weapons
A long sword and a short sword is 2 weapons, sir.
in each hand.
You are trying to wordplay me. First attack, second attack, and then the short sword. Third attack. You might beat the 16, which I'm sure you do. So he
Yes.
probably only connects with 1 attack, because there was an 8, a 16, and a 23. So we're gonna roll 1 damage with the longsword. And you take 9 damage slashing, as 1 hit connects right near one of the buckles where your armor is attached to your chest. It is now
How
your turn,
big is this
Xavier.
house? If I were to yell for Zeroji,
Which was it?
as a free action, probably just something along the line, just yelling Zeroji, a little help here.
You yell it.
Okay, perfect.
And Zeroji and Liz, I need perception checks from you.
That 9. Wow.
Not feeling good about this right now.
Why isn't mine going through?
Did you
I
re-click
couldn't.
your stuff, refresh
Your
your
internet
windows? I
died.
don't know, you lost internet, so.
Oh, that's true. Let me refresh the page. Maybe that'll do it.
Okay.
There we go.
Your assailant chuckles at you going, do you really expect that your friend and brother would come to help you? You think I haven't prepared for this? This is between you and me.
Those seem like 2 very different questions. Of course, I think they would come to help me. Whether they could is a very different story. I'm gonna hit it now. Does a 15 make contact with this creature?
Does not.
Shit. I mean, that's all I got. Yeah, that's all I got.
Alright. No movement or anything?
I'll move back to the door. Actually, no, because he's just gonna hit me. No, I'll just stay here. He's
Okay.
gonna hit me or hit me multiple times anyway, so I might as well just take the not extra hit right now.
Okay. We're gonna pause there, since this did take some time, and go back to the conversation that's happening in the actual study.
Oh, did you hear what I said before my internet died?
You said absolutely nothing when you got to the study outside of right before you said you were preparing yourself for any traps.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying that I was on high alert for any shenanigans.
Alright.
Okay.
Your father, or at least who you currently see in the room, who you suspect to be your father or someone else, has not currently pulled any shenanigans, Zeroji. So, was there any pressing business that you needed? I still have these papers to get out to the various people in the tower and the guards.
We saw you in the library. Do you, is are we just seeing something or?
No, I've taken all my meals in here today. I've been nowhere but here. I think you might want to check that out. Lean, see if you might be able to find any. Well, no, that might be too dangerous for you to go alone. I will come with you so that we can find some guards. You two, where is Xavier?
He went to the library.
Alone?
Yep.
Well, we were just assaulted last night, and you're saying that you saw me in the library. There's going to be problems. You two go save your brother. I'm going to go with Lean to find some more guards again.
We didn't see any on the way in. It was weird.
Was there a specific to that insight there?
Does it
He's
matter if
currently
there
muted.
was? Does it matter if there was an intent for that insight?
Kit, you're muted. I don't know if you meant to be.
Oh, that explains why you asked. I said, yeah, I'm gonna insight that to make sure he's actually gonna go get guards and stuff. And I believe him.
You believe wholeheartedly in everything that your father says because he's your father, and you believe that he is your father. At this point, you're not even sure if he's your adopted father or your actual father.
Oh, if he's in. Do you think he's really in trouble though? That. Mm, that's weird.
I mean, if the real one's here, then yeah, we should go to Zeroji or go to Xavier quickly.
I was. Okay, let's go.
Lean gets out of your way. Pardon me, masters, and lets you two through. Uh, so you each get, because you're not actually using your full. Well, actually, you are rushing, so we'll
I am
say.
sprinting.
Um,
Is it C? How do you do the measurement move?
Oh, I'm thinking of it's Q in roll 20.
I thought it was control.
Eh? Eh?
Space will
Eh?
let you move at the to the
Eh?
end of the roller.
Nope, I don't want the space. I want the other one, the one where you can check.
I don't remember what that
B?
one was.
B? Right click?
You control click, you can see distance.
Oh. Ah, there we go.
Oh yeah, it's if you do that, then press space. Control click space
So,
drags your character.
yeah. You guys make it there. How about... Whoop, give me the right thing.
And
Give you
eh,
guys a combat state. Maybe? Add combat state? Hello?
Hola.
Hello.
Delete that. There you are, now you're both on there. The person assailing Xavier is going to attack again.
I can manually end my turn on the round combat tracker. That's cool.
Uh,
and as we're heading through, I would have activated my armor if it wasn't still activated.
I am assuming that you just never turned it off.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Xavier, you are getting another round of flurries of attacks.
I am
1,
so excited for this.
2, and 3. Alright. A 14, a 13, and a 22.
A 14, a 13, and a 22, what you said?
Yes.
The 22 will hit, the other 2 will miss.
Okay, the 22 was with the longsword, so we're going to
Of
roll that
course it was.
damage.
Why would it not be?
And you take 6 more slashing damage.
Cool.
It's like a quarter of my health.
It's like half of mine. Or are you talking about the 6 specifically?
6 specifically.
Well, it's about a quarter of my health. That's a little less.
It is now Xavier's turn.
Back at it again with them sword swipes.
Oh, excuse me.
I got an 11.
An 11 is also a miss.
I assumed as much.
Alright. Zeroji, roll your initiative. Make sure your character selected. I did not just kill your character, I'm sorry. I just hit the skull on accident and it's just like, you're murdered.
I mean, just getting a head start.
So what was yours total? It would have been 10 total?
Yes.
And close that. Alright, and
Wait,
it
did
is
I
the
not do the right
top
one?
of the third round. So Zeroji, it is your move.
Wait, how did I? What the fuck? Okay. I just had a moment because I wasn't understanding how I was going first with a 10. But I guess.
That happens when a 10, a 5, and 2 3s are rolled, sir.
I have nothing added to my initiative. This is weird compared to other characters.
I have
Right.
less to my initiative. Feels very
I'm gonna
strange.
open the door as I'm moving.
The door is locked.
Do I not have a house key on me?
You do, and I would even allow you to open that as a part of the action, but it still remains locked even with your key.
Hmm.
Xavier, you hear as if a doorknob is being jingled.
Well, I am going to firebolt the door.
All right. Roll me an attack just to make sure you don't like misfire horribly.
11.
11 does indeed hit the door.
6 damage.
11 for 6 damage.
Is the door resistant to fire, or is it?
The door is not resistant to fire. While it is stained and sealed, it is still a standing door, just with a hole plunked through a portion of it now.
So I can see what's going on the other side.
You can see enough of what's going on the other side. Your firebolt was large enough for at least a peephole, if not fitting your arm through.
Cool. That means I can cast spells.
The persons on the other side will have 3/4 cover.
You know what quarters cover doesn't factor for?
Sage?
Magic missile.
Yeah, but what it does also factor for is the other person whose turn it probably is that also wants to get through the door.
Alright, I will also back up a tile to let him, or let her have access. I'm just gonna say locked magically.
And ending your turn, it is Liz's turn. Liz,
Well,
you are armored up and prepared.
I
It's a first
shall,
for Liz. I'm kidding.
I shall go up here, and after hearing that it's locked, I'm gonna try. Let's cast Thunderwave on it.
Knock
Thunderwave's
knock.
just a general AoE, or is that like centered on you, or is that actually conal towards a space you define?
It's a something I define, or it's a clone off a square off of me.
The cube within 15
Yep.
feet of you.
15
you-
foot cube originating from me.
Yeah, good luck,
Oh.
Zeroji.
Yeah, that hits Zeroji. Would you like to change your action?
Actually,
No, I
15
was-
feet? That hits me too. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Our list of allies goes thin, mainly because we keep blowing them the fuck up.
Oh, then instead of doing that, you said I could see them through the door? There's a hole in it?
There is a small enough hole for an arm to fit through, yes, so you can see through the door, but he'll have 3/4 cover.
I'll cast Magic Missile then.
Wait, you
This
have
was-
magic missile?
Literally just finger guns are coming through the door now to cast magic missile at this thing, at this person.
This is perfect. Xavier can tank, and we can provide artillery
Oh,
without
if he
being
lands,
in danger.
if he lands more than one attack on me, I'm not gonna be tanking for very long.
Oh my gosh. So we have 8, 12 damage.
Yep. And then I'll move over to the side.
Xavier, are you able to touch yourself to heal yourself?
Probably.
Okay, make sure you touch yourself at night. It'll help.
And that's my turn.
I dash out the door.
Oh, did we get a short rest while we were at the Topaz place? This is
We-
important because it determines if I get a second level spell back or not.
I don't. I
No,
would
it
assume I
didn't
was
take
not
that long
in
for
there
a
for
short
that
rest.
long.
All right.
Alright, so that was Liz. That brings up the veteran again. Or whoever this person is, I just say veteran because that's the nameplate on the encounter. After getting hit by the magic missiles, he goes, "Ah, it seems your friends have finally joined in the fray. And they can't even make it through a door. This will be very easy later on." And he throws down a little orb of something, and it explodes into a smoke screen. Combat music stops. And as the smoke dissipates, your assailant seems to have disappeared.
No, I didn't hear any windows open or anything.
Nope.
Ah,
Like a ninja.
something like that. If I look at the door behind me, can I see a locking mechanism on my side that's holding it closed, or is it just?
No locking mechanism. Also, the door squeaks open now.
Once it opens, I'd run in at that point.
Are you holding out
You
your
run
finger
in.
guns?
Finger guns blazing, but only see Xavier.
He's gone.
Where- Mm, Who was that?
Some fucking dickhead, I'll tell you what. Uh, I don't know. I've got no idea. He was just pretending to be father and just kind of handed me my entire ass.
Do you say why he was pretending?
No, but he did leave after noticing you guys, quote unquote, couldn't open a door,
It was
saying that
open
this
enough.
will, saying that this will be easy later. So for whatever reason that they expect to see us again.
I
Hmm.
wonder if that's the same person that took care of the Fighters 4.
He definitely
Man, I was even coming up with like a tune for them. They're dead. They're dead. It was my
Why
fault.
would you do that? You killed them.
It seemed appropriate at the time.
Seeing flashbacks of a destroyed Rift fell.
All right, all right. So I don't know how often Kit does this, but when you start DMing, you just get story writing going on in your head in the background, and then it comes to the forefront without you really realizing it, and you just say it, and then you go, well, fuck,
And then it's canon.
and it's canon, and you can't do shit about it at that point.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. He hasn't told us about it directly, but
Improv.
Well, let's make sure Sophie's okay now, since they had gone out to go and check for guards.
Sophie and Lean are gone. But also presumably to look for guards.
so the one in the study was father.
It seemed that way. Uh, Starting to think we shouldn't split up like that anymore.
Probably not a bad
What
idea.
gave you that idea?
Well,
Notice how Zeroji stuck with one of the armored ones,
Yeah, I
and
wasn't going off by
absolutely was not
myself.
the one to go off by himself.
I would not let Zoroji go off by himself.
I'm
Oh, Zeroji,
squishy. I
you are now
understand this.
being babied, Zeroji. You will not be
100%.
let go off by yourself.
Good. I died.
100%.
Like, I would not have lasted as long as Xavier. Xavier can call for help. I can't breathe, and then I'm dead.
I did
I have
call for
to,
help.
I
Wait a
have to
minute.
admit, most of those would have actually hit you that missed Xavier.
No, yeah, he'd be very gone dead if he
I
was
would
by
just
himself.
be a mark on the floor.
there would be
You would
another
have
red
got
room.
a cast or two in.
Well, no, I guess since I rolled high enough to go first, because a 10 apparently was all you need to go first, I would have just casted invisible and, like, done my best.
That is funny.
Uh, yeah, so I think looking for seeing something pop up on the combat tracker after it was emptied was concerning.
It had apparently 7 active encounters, which I'm assuming is all the roll 20 or not roll 20, all the shenanigans of trying to actually get us to have active characters on the tracker.
So yeah, I think we should go see where Sophie ran off to make sure nothing happened to him while looking for guards.
a
Probably
good
be good
idea.
to see if we can call a favor and see if we can spend the night in Arkenton Castle.
You do know a favor would not need to be called in since you two actually have dorms there.
I think that'd be the safest place for him until we can sort out this business with the Shadow Guild.
And obviously Sophie would probably have his own office, if not a room there as well.
Perfect.
Well,
I think that's the safest arrangement, because if he dies there, then
There's other
L-
problems.
yeah, literally nothing we could have done.
I also feel like if he were to be attacked within the castle walls, the people who, run the castle would take that a little more personally.
Yes.
probably.
All right. I need perception checks from all of you, or if one of you is giving advantage to another, let it be known now.
Does anybody have good
Uh,
perception?
My perception is 1.
I have +4.
I will give you +4. I have a 0 for perception. So
All right, well, give him a +4,
sorry,
and then
I'll give you an advantage.
yeah, that one.
That one.
Well, I hope yours goes better than mine.
One of them did.
The advantage worked out.
You search for a couple hours throughout the night and eventually catch up to Sophie as he's on his way to one of the guard posts, one of the main guard posts, basically a barracks of a sort, to see if he can requisition some people to guard his house. And you do catch up to him before he actually gets to that point. He and Lean were actually sort of rushing, so they made it pretty far before you guys caught up.
Ah, good.
But he's
You're
old,
okay.
and he's short. Did you take care of the intruder?
He ran off after we caught up, so I'm not certain that the house is very safe right now without any guards.
Are you hurt, my boy? Xavier, did he do anything to you?
Only a nick or two. Nothing too bad. More
Do
worried
you
about
need
making
medical
sure you're okay.
attention?
Only if I
Alright,
plan
yeah,
on
I'm
getting into
fine.
any more fights tonight.
I'm fine. So what do you suggest if the house is too dangerous? I was about to see if I could requisition some guards.
Given that the previous guards decided to abandon their posts, it might be better to take advantage of our place in the castle for some time.
Oh, is that what happened? Lean, didn't we hire some guards earlier today? Lean agrees, and Lean also confirms your story that there were no guards as you guys left. Oh, maybe the castle is the best bet. Alright, well, let's head on there. This is a long walk.
At least you'll know you're not dead.
Sometimes my back makes me wish I was. And then you guys trudge your way through what seems to be very empty, just very empty streets, emptier than they would seemingly usually be, or it might just be your nerves catching up with you. That presence watching you seems to be there again.
I'm not even gonna try anymore. I'm just gonna let it be there.
I'm still trying to look out.
I will assist you.
So I guess I should roll another perception.
Yeah, you can give it a shot.
Uh, since Zoroji said he was helping, should I do advantage?
Sure. He said he was helping you. He gave you the help action.
Advantage means you add them together,
Nope.
right?
Liz, you are now even more paranoid, as you definitely cannot even track where this presence might be.
Yeah. Bit on edge.
And on edge the entire way to Arkenton Castle, you guys do finally make it. Take a step onto the castle grounds, and Zeroji and Xavier feel a calming effect as this is definitely like a second home to them, so they're very aware of the protection the castle already offers. Liz, I'm assuming you are probably not feeling as protected until you get inside somewhere.
Yeah, still pretty paranoid.
And then as you walk up the grounds and into the castle proper, there are guards stationed on either side of the large doors. These guards seem a bit different. They're not they're not like the city guards that you've been seeing patrol the city. These ones, for lack of a better word, seem like spellblades. They nod at Sophie. One of them recognizes Zeroji, and they nod at him as well, and they let you guys in.
I think after passing by a couple of guards and having a closed gate behind us would help Liz calm down a little bit. Not quite as paranoid, but still a little paranoid.
And when you are in the castle, despite it being nighttime, there is a lot of hustle and bustle going around, even in the entryway, as doors are opening and closing everywhere, and various personnel are walking all over the place. And by all over the place, I mean on the walls and the ceiling as well. There is not actually much in the way of art displays in this entryway, as it seems like not only is it the entryway, but it seems like it is the door to what might be pretty much any other place that is in the castle, depending on your rank and status within the mages.
This, this is an odd place.
It's basically our second home.
To explain more, Zeroji and Xavier do walk around like they know the place, and in fact, they walk around so steadily that Sophie and Lean, all begin walking towards one of the walls, take a step, and then their gravity reorients itself, and now they are just walking along a wall. Sophie says, "Come on, Liz, we're going to my office real quick. Holding a meeting."
Okay. Think she would gingerly put a foot on before
No
walking
sooner
along.
than her toe, even one of her toes, just barely slightly touches the wall, you almost lose your balance as your gravity shifts towards the wall, and now you are falling almost face first into the wall. You catch yourself on your hands and knees, stand up, and begin to catch your balance that way.
That's weird.
Get used to it before too long.
If you say so.
I certainly hope it's true because I have no idea.
Yeah, Xavier's used. We'll go with that. Xavier's used to it.
For sure. I had no idea this was a thing before 2 minutes ago. But
And you guys walk through one of the doors near the far end of the hall on the wall, and it leads directly into an office. You don't sense or feel any sort of fix of gravity, But Sophie says, "All right, Lean, you're gonna have to prepare a cot for yourself. This is gonna be your room for the night, but otherwise, meeting time."
Can I ask, how long did it feel like we were being watched on our way to the castle? Like, was it all the way up to the
The
gates?
entire time, all the way up to and past the gates until you made it inside the castle.
Noted.
However, crossing the gates was basically a threshold. As you know, there are spells for intruders and things of that sort. So unless these beings can counter or combat that, it just has that sense of safety to it. Lean begins preparing for her night in the study, but the rest of you all sit down around the desk. Sophie obviously at the head, so he can actually, sit up high enough to see all of you because his chair has some height to it. And he goes, "So what are your plans? It is becoming very obvious just from the walk that you've been marked, or rather we've been marked at this point."
Well, they didn't outright kill Burrito, so he's
He,
somehow involved.
And they seem way more than competent to, I think, need the
do you
extra
think they see
cash.
him as an asset? Could he be worth money? I mean, you said he was from Tawdry Rough.
He is a noble. It could be perceived that he could be worth some money. However, he did run away from his town with basically all of the town's money, so they wouldn't have anything to trade.
Do you think maybe they took him so that they could find his money?
That's certainly possible.
Fortunately, we didn't get an idea of where he was before he was taken, or where he was staying.
And when we went back, we were trying to find out where he had been staying so we could look, but then, yeah, that was not a pleasant sight.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Again, kind of.
Um, we do have a note from the people that killed him. Would you be able to use that to divine their location or a face or something?
I'm not sure if you have a scrying mirror here or whatever it is you were using at the house.
A scrying mirror. I do have one here. It's more of a community scrying mirror. So, it might not be available, but I can take a look at that in the morning.
Awesome.
Okay.
Are you wanting me to scry specifically from this paper? Or do you want me to try to scry, for a burrito again?
Can you do both?
I could prepare 2 castings, yes.
I would like to have both available in case either one doesn't produce anything substantial.
I can tell you that with the Guild of Shadows in control, I doubt scrying off of this paper would work. I would have to have much more power behind my cast, or whoever wrote this piece of paper is just the biggest idiot in the face of the earth and can't resist anything.
I'm sure we're in for a bout of good luck somewhere. Maybe they are a dumbass.
I
It
don't
might
know. I
be that
mean,
they
Then,
just
the other
really.
good
You know
part
what?
about
I'll sleep on it.
the other good part about giving us a day is that indeed Zeroji will sleep on it, which means his powers of foretelling will help. Can they work that way, Zeroji?
We will see what the night provides.
Or is that something where you need to visibly see who you are affecting with your fortune?
Um,
You need to visibly see them, I'm pretty positive.
that's true. Is it a check against Sulfies, or is it just the save?
It is a save.
Okay. Then no, not unless I divine him first. Then I could see him and allow us to divine him.
So we're a bit out of luck on your fortune, so maybe he won't resist it. We'll just have to get lucky there. Regardless, I think at this point we need to send a message to Todriroff, to the mayor there, because they might be able to. Do they have any formal or skilled people of their own that they might be able to send? Would it even be useful to send for any skilled people from Todriroff?
Well, they did
Uh,
send 4 adventurers to go find the kid, and then they're all dead now. So
and then they sent us, so I and since he took all the money from the coffers, they wouldn't really have anything to pay anybody there anymore. So they probably don't have anybody.
Well, we need to strike into some luck somewhere, it seems, because this Guild of Shadows, I don't even know where they might be located. Perhaps I can check around the college. Maybe someone else here might know, or have more details at least. But this is a matter for tomorrow. We need to get our rest.
Yes.
We shall continue this meeting in the morning then, while we are more awake and more focused.
Okay.
Liz, would you care to share a room with Lane? That's probably about the best we can do for now.
Okay. Sounds good.
Lean, who is already on top of her game, was already setting up a second cot for Liz anyways. Xavier and Zeroji, you each have your own dorms. You know how to get to them. I'm not going to describe it. You just kind of walk out of the office, walk to your separate areas of the entry hall, and get to where you need to go.
good.
And Sulfi does the same. Your night goes by pretty uninterrupted, except for Zeroji. Dun dun dun! Zeroji, your familiar seems to squeak within range of you again, or at least the range you can perceive again.
Oh,
Uh, and then, well within that range, you feel its life get snuffed out.
all right. Well, I will resummon it, which will make it reappear. This time near me.
Yes.
So I'm going to do the 10-minute ritual for that.
All right. Remember, if you do attempt to do this, it will also ruin your long rest, though.
10 minutes before bed?
No, this is during the middle of the night.
Oh. Well, I will do it tomorrow morning.
All right. Do you just like casually go to sleep all okay again?
I mean,
Nothing happened.
yeah, basically.
Zeroji's pet dies unaffected, goes to sleep
Well,
again.
it's not dead. It just returns to the spirit realm until I
I
summon it
know,
back.
it's it's a joke, man. It's a joke, a yoke. All right, but yes, morning does happen, and Zeroji, you can do your ritual for your familiar.
First, let's see what we get with our portents. Why isn't it rolling?
Are we about to have 5 million portents rolled?
Apparently my of close at. No? Huh. Well, I can't seem to roll in Foundry, so I'm going to refresh the page, and maybe that will let me do it. I was very frantically smashing the roll button, so maybe.
My Foundry page got disconnected. It doesn't look like it's like there.
I'm now perma-loading as I refresh. Foundry must have gone down.
I think Foundry went down.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, it's not even activating the splash page now. Reload. Did you lose your computer? All right. Well,
I'm restarting it.
the cool part about the rolls is in D&D Beyond, as long as you have the dice turned on there, Kit, you can do a roll there, and I can still see it.
Can I see it?
Yeah, you should be able to see it if you do a roll there. You just have to make sure that the dice are turned on.
So we have an 8 and we have 17. I will take those portents.
Oh geez, let's not have another persuasion happen.
Hey, that was an exceptional use of my portents.
It was good. I liked it.
Probably worthy of an inspiration.
Would you even use the inspiration if I gave it to you?
I mean, yes. That's what they're there for.
I haven't seen much in the way of inspiring acts just yet. But we can move forward and see how that goes. So that is your portents, and you have your familiar back. And
And what does my familiar communicate to me?
it communicates that it was bagged and did not see anything of what had taken it. And when it was let out again, it tried flying back to you ASAP. It was on the castle grounds. When it looked back, all it saw was a shadow as an arrow struck it square in the chest and it died.
Oh, buddy. I'm gonna feed him a mouse.
It eats the mouse happily.
Alright, well, I will let my compatriots know.
To be sure, though, there seemed like there was a presence that actually was on the castle grounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it was on the castle grounds when it woke up, or what got
Mm.
it out of the bag?
Also, it would not have been within Zeroji's distance.
Did your familiar see where it was let out? Would whatever was holding it still be there, like a bag or whatever? Or it was the person also?
Probably the person opened the bag, let it out, and then shot it. Then took the bag with them.
So it sounds like we're likely not even safe in the castle at this point. We were able to get some sleep.
Is the arrow still out in the castle grounds?
As you go out to search before breakfast to look for this arrow, you do not find said arrow. whoever it was may have just wanted to send more messages to have fun. And eating dinner here at the same time. All right. And you guys basically take your breakfast in the study again. Liz and Lean have basically woke up and got ready and are presentable themselves, so nothing awkward happens. Everyone's in the study just kind of waiting for Sophie. And about an hour goes by, and Lean says that she will go look for him. And another 2 hours goes by, and neither Lean nor Sophie return. And as another 3 hours passes, another different attendant comes into the office and says, "Hello, are you by chance the kids adopted by Sophie?
Yes.
Nina would like to speak with you." Hey, no active game. Well, that's potentially not good.
Nani?
Launch Valehelm. Game master, let's join game session. Alright,
Okay.
Valehelm is launched, you should be able to join.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was quiet. I was getting it back up. Yeah, because I have the Pi mounted to the underneath the desk, and it had fallen down and come
Rip.
unplugged.
Rip. No longer mounted underneath the desk.
Nope, now it's hanging by the cables until I can fix it later.
Perfect.
But yeah, the attendant's there, and the attendant says, "Nina would like to speak with you. Sophie's been going around questioning a bunch of wizards about the guilds. And it's a bit above most of our pay grades."
Thank you. We will be there
Okay.
directly.
The attendant waits for you guys so that she can lead you to where you need to go, because neither of you have ever actually been in or seen Nina's office or where Nina's place of work usually is. She has taught a couple classes to you guys, but she has never actually like invited you to her office for anything.
Can lead the way, I guess.
Where's that informative paper? Informative Google Doc or whatever.
It's in the
The
pens.
group journal. There it is.
Alright. You guys are actually led out of the entryway area further back into the castle. And you're walking for a little while, and there are no magic doors or anything that you seemingly go through to get to Nina's office. And as you are led inside, you see just a mess of books, papers, everything everywhere, and you see Nina, or you, Xavier and Zeroja, you two recognize her as Nina, flying around one of her topmost bookshelves, looking furiously through books and just kind of tossing them off the shelves as she's not finding what she's looking for. And then you see another Avariel elf at the side. This one you assume is Mina, her sister, and she says, "Hello, would you please have a seat? Nina will be with us shortly." And you see Sophie sitting at the desk, just kind of thunderstruck at like everything just being thrown everywhere with just no regard to the safety of the books or anything.
Are there chairs next to Sophie?
Yeah.
I'll take one.
Mina
Sit
thanks the
down.
attendant, and the attendant sees herself out. Don't mind Nina. She gets like this when she's looking for certain information. And in this case,
Actually, I will ask Mina. Have you seen Lean, our assistant?
Lean is in one of the chairs. Sorry.
Okay. Also want to make sure she didn't just like up and disappear.
Also, just as flabbergasted, but more so because she tried getting Sulfie and just kind of sat down on the chair and has not been able to move since, really. For the shower of books hailing from the sky. As you guys also go to sit down, books are still being pelted from where they're being tossed, but none of them actually come close to hitting you guys physically. They come close to you, but not actually ever touching or thwacking any of you. And then
I
Nina
will.
finally goes, "Aha! Got it!" And then comes flying, bolting back down to you guys from about 30 feet up and says, "This is the contract." And Sophie goes, "What contract are you talking about?" "The contract we've made with the guilds of basically the darker people of the city. You know, the bad side, the side that holds and runs the city. Blah blah blah, all that stuff.
Made a contract.
Contract
Wait a minute, I've seen this one.
about the only things that bind their asses to holding to any deal with us.
Huh.
And since they have made an attack on Solfi, I am investigating this contract to see if there is anything in here that says that they were able to do that. Or if it's against the terms and thus breaks the contract, thus making an open proclamation of war with the mages of Arkenton, which would basically drive us into a civil war. So I'm hoping that's not what they're going for, but it could be a potential.
Well, I don't think they actually attacked Sophie directly. It was more one of us, so that might be some loophole they might use to get out of that kind of
Unless the
thing.
first one was part of their group.
In
Either.
all fairness, you have to open up your interpretations of attack. I don't know what specifically it would involve.
Yeah.
But that's why we're looking at the contract.
Yeah.
He opens up the book, and it is a very thick book, and she says, "Oh, this is gonna take some time to read through. Mina, can you do this for me?" Mina sighs over behind you guys, but goes, "Sure, I can help you with this." And Nina says, "Good, good. I need to go to Parlencia today. I've got a meeting with one of the kings over there." Mina just goes, "Of course you do. Have a good time, sister." And then Nina gives the three of you guys a wink and then blinks out of existence.
Is that normal?
Which part?
I thought Mina was the one that does more of the meetings and stuff.
Mina is the one.
Let's see what this
So why
says.
is Nina going to go do the
Uh,
meeting?
Hey, Zaroji.
Mhm.
What are you kind of currently in right now that Nina just got out of?
I guess this is another meeting. It's just this one seems less important than meeting with a king.
If
Who
she's
said the
actually
meeting with
meeting
the
with,
king is actually an actual important meeting?
maybe it's a dinner party or something.
I'm guessing when it says leaves much of the leadership to her sister, that's more of the actually like control, like making decisions for the people and not as much for the city. I am changing the battery in my headset real quick. I can't hear anything. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's like that whole thing. Is that normal here?
That is entirely normal for her.
Most people don't throw books around like that, I don't think, but
Ah, that's fine, that's fine. Mina waves her hand, and you see a bright pink flash of magic emanate out from her hand and kind of trickle down as if a slow drizzle onto basically everything in the room. And of everything that was thrown around, that all begins to float and gets replaced back where you would presumably think it was meant to be to begin with.
That is a really handy spell.
would Zeroji and Xavier have had interactions with the Archmage and Mina before?
Classes.
They're both teachers, so you've been taught by them. Nina is just as crazy in class as she is from what you've just seen. Mina is definitely more reserved and more to the point. Both of them have a shockingly large amount of power that they do not mind flaunting, though.
Keeps the regulars in mind.
The regulars.
Yes.
Muggles, if you will.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Uh-huh.
There are no muggles in the castle, though. Absolutely everyone in the castle, including even the chefs and the servants, does magic of some sort.
And with how this party is, we aren't breaking that up at all.
Nope. Mina sits down and says, I know she called this meeting, and I know you're expecting answers right away, but this will actually take a while. This is a very large book. But for your safety, I'd recommend that you stay within the castle walls. I would not recommend crossing any of the Guild of Shadows. Even their weaker members know to stay in packs at this point, due to the guards being able to crack down, or at least used to be able to crack down, but now most of the guards are in their pockets or otherwise controlled by them anyways. From what Sophie has told me, it seems like this is definitely a direct attack on your family, if not some larger goal with the mages that reside outside of the castle more often than not. It could be something to weaken our power, but until I read more through this contract to see what exactly they are trying to break or get away with within our deal, I can't explain too much more to you.
They also kidnapped a man we were trying to kidnap.
We were trying to return home
By kidnapping him.
because he stole money from his father, the
Yes.
mayor.
Correct.
You're making it out to be worse than it actually is.
It's alright. Your name is Liz, right? Sophie told me a little about you.
Yeah.
And by a little, I mean Sophie hardly knows anything about you too. However, Zeroji I do know a lot more about, and that's just how Zeroji is.
Yeah, I've come to notice that about him.
So, until further notice, I would like if you two, Xavier and Zeroji, showed Liz around. Maybe helped her get acquainted. Maybe see if she actually has prospects of becoming a student here. I see that she is an artificer, so she controls magic of a sort. Maybe she has a place here that she can find herself, and we can see where it goes from there. What do you two think?
Could show her around.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Lean, Sophie, I'll need you two around so that I can gather more information. Zeroji, Xavier, Liz, is there any more information that you would like to give me about the goings on with this Guild of Shadows? Any further details that you might know or would be able to help our investigation?
They shot my owl on the castle grounds last night.
Okay, so the owl was within the castle grounds. Was the assailant also on the castle grounds?
Where did the familiar see them outside the gate or inside the gate?
Give me an int check from your familiar.
Int check from the familiar. Oh, fuck you.
Oof.
5.
How trustworthy is your owl's information?
It was under duress and it was kept in a bag for a few hours, so it may not be the clearest where they were shooting from.
But it is obvious that the owl itself died on the castle grounds.
They had to be within 100 feet of me. I felt their presence.
So they most likely were also on the castle grounds. But if we can't find any proof of that, was there any evidence left behind?
There had been an arrow, but when I got there, it was missing.
Alright. Take Lean with you. Go out to where that arrow, basically where your familiar had died, and see if Lean or you or someone can't uncover something through more magical means of what potentially could have happened.
Sounds like a plan.
Hopefully your divination could be able to help in this. After that, just report your findings to Lean and then show Liz around, and we will get back to you as soon as we are able.
Okay. Hopefully we can find something.
How'd the move go?
Huh?
How'd the move go?
Oh, went well. I'm in the basement now. It's nice and cold down here. I'm pleased.
Is that where your setup's gonna be?
Yeah, hang on, let me drop a picture of my desk. Will help me carry it down. General chat. This
So official looking.
desk was $20 off of Craigslist.
You are quite literally surrounded by desk.
Yes.
I'm not sure if I would find that too comfy.
I'm in the one corner, so I kind of don't see the desk behind me. It's more like just a table that's available, and I'm a very small person. So I'm just sitting cross-legged in that chair, chilling. Cat, if you pee on me again, I'm going to lock you in the storage room.
Obviously,
is
the
it?
cat's not as happy about the move.
Which cat is it?
Bob.
Is that Bader?
Yeah.
The name has evolved so many times.
Well, her name was Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and my wife called her Bader, and then called her Bade for short, and then Lillian couldn't pronounce Bade, so she just called her Bob, and now that's her name.
A logical progression.
Though sometimes I like to call her fucking dumbass. Like when she peed on me earlier.
Well, cats usually don't like change, and there is a really big change.
No, she's been fine with it. Like, so far, she adjusted pretty well. And then she's just like, well, I'm a pee on you. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
She wasn't as fine with it as you thought.
Yep.
She's now just laying down on my desk. I put the collar on her because she hates the collar and it makes her really submissive. So now she's just chilling out.
I mean, the one that's been peeing on you.
Hmm?
The submissive one that's been peeing on you?
Oh, I put the collar on after she peed on me.
Okay. Okay.
Because whenever it's on her, she just acts super submissive because she hates the collar because it has a little bell that jingles. And I don't think she likes that because it lets us know where she is and she can't be all stealthy and stuff. So she's just super docile whenever she has this collar on. So yeah, we put the collar on as punishment for her peeing on me, and she's just been very good today after the collar. So I'm just gonna keep that collar on.
That's good to hear that she's been good today. Most of the other stuff in that thing is questionable, but
All right. I was able to get through most of my dinner with that short conversation. So you guys go back outside pretty quickly. Nothing's really holding you up. You go to the grounds where you had initially searched for the arrow. The owl definitely recalls the spot because obviously, recalling where you died is something of a thing.
I wouldn't know.
I bet Zeroji can remember the exact square in the house where Zeroji nearly died.
Yeah, I was stuck in my chair, and then I ran to here. And then he's like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna run past literally 3 people that are closer and invoke attacks of opportunity just because I want to attack this guy who has done literally nothing to me yet."
But you did do something. You know what you did? You woke up. All right. You can do investigation if you have any magic that might be able to help with this as well.
I have detect magic, but I feel like that's just gonna go poorly in a magical castle.
It's only within 30 feet, and you are well outside the distance of the castle grounds right now. You are basically um, wherever you think your room might be. You're still basically at the edge of the distance for where that could have been detected and happened.
I guess if we're
This is where the arrow struck and not where it was shot from, correct?
Correct.
yeah,
Lean comes up to you and asks, "Have you had any clairvoyance training?"
No.
So,
But if you wanted to instruct me on that, I would be happy to add that to my spell book.
uh, it might be something where we could track the magical trail of your pets instead of the arrow. Now, I don't think detect magic is strong enough for that, and your familiar is a magical being. One of the fiend variety, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Correct.
So maybe not you, but Xavier, do you have anything that can help track fiends and stuff like that?
I can sense. I don't know if or sense. I believe fiends. Let me check.
yeah, like divine sense, I think.
Yeah, I was reading through that. I can detect good and evil. I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell, or know the location of a celestial, fiend, or an undead within 60 feet. Which I feel like will not necessarily be beneficial in this situation. Fortunately,
Hmm.
nothing that will help me track uh trails. Only what if I might be able to sense something within the area.
Have you two ever tried combining your magic before?
I'm going to assume that we have not.
All right. Uh, so you two are both a tiefling and an Aasimar, which is about as far from the spectrum of related to each other as you can possibly get.
It's been mentioned.
Yet
Yes.
you are related to each other, and
Yes.
by blood, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
I am wondering if we can take aspects of each of you, especially in the arcane and divine in this sense, as well as your heritages. Plural of heritages.
It would just be heritage, wouldn't it? It's heritage the
Probably.
plural.
To the point, though, she's trying to get back on track. I think I was brought along because my specialty is spellcraft. I make new spells out of little materials. And in this case, I think the new spell that I can make is something specific to Xavier and Zeroji. So what I would like to do is I would like to see if I can take a basis of Zeroji's detect magic and the base of Xavier's detect, the one that
Fine
helps you actually know the
sense.
location,
Yeah.
divine sense, and combine that into something different that you two could channel together. So, uh, to not dilly-dally here, let's get down to business. I need both of you to cast your spells.
All right. Give me 10 minutes. I'm casting this as a ritual because I have a feeling I might need my spells today.
We'll wait for him to finish his ritual and then cast Divine Sense.
Well, I guess while he's doing his ritual, I'll look to see if I can find the arrow in this vicinity or where it looks like an arrow might have fallen into the ground. So I'm basically just trying to keep busy.
Does a dead familiar fade immediately?
Um, I would assume so. Let me see if the spell
Yeah,
has anything
basically,
on it.
if it dies, it basically just like fades instead of actually leaves a corpse or anything like that, obviously.
Oh yeah, it doesn't leave a corpse.
So it most likely faded while it was in the air, which means that the arrow would have absolutely dug into the ground a little bit. And Liz, it does not take you long, even without rolling, to see where there is a small, and I mean a small, divot where an arrow could have been, and only because taking the arrow out of the ground dug a bit of the dirt back up with it. So you found the location of where the arrow had punctured.
Okay, but I look probably not much I can glean off of that, because since it would have hit the familiar and then fallen, it couldn't tell trajectories or anything like that out of it.
Yeah, pretty much at this point. It was just a free fall arrow straight from straight up.
Yep.
The 10 minutes has passed, and Xavier just kind of casts his divine sense as well. Much faster, of course. But just at the end of Zeroji's ritual cast so that they hit at the same time, basically. And yes, Zeroji, your detect magic entirely detects a whole bunch of magic. Xavier, likewise, you detect a bunch of beings of all different sorts all around, but that's not something too unfamiliar for you for where you're at. But after you cast these spells and you get these detections very briefly, they are snuffed out from you, as it seems like they are being drawn out of your bodies,
That's
and
probably fine.
into the hands of Lean, who is standing there with a hand reaching out towards each of you, and she grabs the essences of both of these magical spells, or sense in the case of Xavier, and then she chants some words of her own, uh, claps her hands together to smash the spells together, uh, and as they ripple outwards, they knock Xavier and Zeroji both back a step, as you two are hit with what seems to be a force connecting you two even more than you used to be before. And you see a tether between the two of you, and in the middle of that tether, you see what seems to be a faint trail leading off in a few different directions. And she says, "Focus on the trail that your owl would have taken." And she and Zeroji, as you do this, Xavier, you're kind of looking a bit dumbstruck, not sure what to do, and she pipes up again. "This requires focus from both of you. Xavier, you too need to focus on Zeroji's owl, but in this case it is now both of your owls, as you are, in essence, one being for the casting of this spell." And Xavier, you are hit with memories flooding in of Zeroji's owl. You know now basically everything that Zeroji has ever connected with or done with his owl. All the weird tests, all the other things. Basically, the even the snack that Zeroji had just given his owl this morning after his owl was resummoned. And now that you are more connected and focused more on the owl specifically, the path begins leading out of the castle grounds, over the wall, and into the suburbs of the city again.
Is there anything is there anything that we're aware of on the other side of the wall that would allow it to be climbed like that?
Nope. The
Anything that
wall
was
is a very
connected?
smooth wall, and in fact, it is so tall you're unsure of how anyone would have been able to climb it. It's also, the wall is also, where it is also taller than the buildings around it. On the other side, you are sure of this.
Wonder if they had the cloak that Elril had.
Or just any spell that allows them to levitate.
Yes.
That wouldn't work as when they came into the castle grounds. Any magic on them would have been dispelled.
Would that include magical artifacts?
If they are not allowed on the premises, anything magical-wise that they have on their person would have been deactivated, and they would have been silenced from any casting of spells.
So not the cloak that Elril had. I'll let the spell finish. I want to be curious if they used anything to climb up the wall. If there are any marks that might indicate scrapes or tools used
Zeroji,
to
you can see
climb.
Xavier, or you can feel Xavier letting the spell drop. Do you continue to try to channel it, or do you let it drop as well?
There's more that you want from it. I can stay focused.
Yeah, focus a little bit longer. See if we can. Can we get on top of the walls at all?
I can cast Levitate on the two of you, yes, but not much else after that. The spell forging took a bit out of me.
Let's stay within the walls, but see how far we can go.
Right. She casts Levitate on you. On you two. Liz, you are unfortunately left behind because you're not a part of the channeling. But Xavier and Zeroji, you two go to the top of the wall, and you see the path meander a ways, and then it meanders a lot, and then it's just out of your view immediately. Like, you see it cross alleys every now and then, just from where you can currently look, especially how high you are. You can see the path meandering until it's just out of your view because it meanders currently in a direction that would seemingly lead it towards the artist's burrow, which for where the castle is, that goes through another huge wall. There is a door there though, or a gate there though, that obviously leads towards the artist's burrow. So it could be artist's burrow, it could be Ashwood district. You know, they went towards the outer city instead of the inner city.
Okay. Thank you, Lean.
All right. And with that, do you drop your channeling? Do you both drop your channeling of the spell then?
Yes.
As soon as he starts to follow suit.
Now, the spell is actually something that you both have access to. It is basically innately laid upon both of your souls at this point. For terms of Zeroji, it would be something that you would cast as a second level spell in terms of its power. And for Xavier, it does not use your divine sense, so to speak. I just had to take the essence of that, so it also uses a second level spell of your own.
Now, what if, hear me out, I don't have any of those?
We don't have second level spells yet as half casters.
No, I know. Xavier, upon her saying that, Zeroji gives you a look, Lean gives you a look, and then you pass out.
Perf.
I must add this to my notes.
Are they still up at the top of the wall, or did they come
No, they
down?
came
No,
back
we came
down.
back down.
Okay. Is
Plus,
he
it was Lean's
okay?
levitate. Yeah, he's just a little tapped on mana. What'd you say this spell was called?
It doesn't have a name. That's for you two to make.
Well, it was his divine sense and my detect magic. I will call it detect sense. No, I'll call it a divine magic sense.
About an hour goes by, Xavier, before you wake up again, and you still feel exhausted.
It's impressive that you're able to do this every day. That was a lot to take out of me.
Twice a day. Sometimes 3 times if I can sit down for a minute. Lots of endurance practice with Arya, of course.
Probably where all of that stamina for casting comes from. Zeroji, not strong in the slightest, but damn that endurance, man.
Oh.
And after having been woken up, or having woke up, Xavier slowly follows behind Zeroji as Lean heads back with reports of what Zeroji had told Lean of the situation and where this person could have gone. And Liz, you are given a tour of the castle, both outer and inner, and we will call the game there for the night.
Okay.
Could have been a longer game, but also I kind of want to keep you guys in the castle at the moment, so I'm calling it there just in case.
Makes sense.
Unless something popped up there. It sounded like we were gonna be in the castle at least for another day,
Okay,
maybe.
okay, all right, all right, all right. V, are you aware that Kit is in the game? And I gave Kit something that led outside the castle.
Uh, yeah, that's true.
I'm not touching that until after our meeting with Nina.
We were told to stay in the castle until they until she had gotten a chance to read the contract.
I think it was strongly recommended. I don't think it was it was a demand.
Well, it's not demanded. It was definitely strongly recommended. You each get 600 experience.
Is that enough? It is. Nice.
I gotta say, I was not sure if Xavier was gonna try to smash down the door just to like make enough noise to make everyone else aware of the situation at hand either, or just try the yelling. But the yelling was definitely not gonna work anyways because the check for that was extremely high.
Oh, that gives us
The
level 4.
There was definitely dampers on the room that would dampen your voice, your any shouts that you had there, Xavier, from reaching
Makes
outside the room.
makes sense, but I also assumed that either he closed the door without touching it, which means he probably had enforcers keeping it closed, or there was someone else out there that closed the door that I would have run into if I tried to break out of it anyway.
Or just a unique wire gimmick, whichever.
That would have been an
Could be
impressive
could be an
output.
invisible magic hand, could be like just some play with wires, could be it was elaborate, whatever it was, I'll give him that. I don't know how smart he is, but he's definitely smarter than the average thief. Not to toot my own horn or anything.
You could say he is a veteran thief, if you will.
Yeah, you actually could say that. Dang, man.
What level do I get? Level 2 spells.
5? 4 is when you get multi-attack.
5 is multi-attack.
5
Oh yeah,
is extra
4 is
attack.
with feet. That's right. I always forget that.
Yeah.
4 is your
I get
feet
more
or BAB.
strength because my strength was ass.
I bumped up my intelligence. Liz is now smarter.
Did Kit also bump up his intelligence?
Oh, yes.
My intelligence remains the same.
Mm.
But I'm slightly bulkier.
From all the ass whoopings you keep taking.
I mean, no pain, no gain, am I right, boys?
I completely intended not to throw another character at you that could get 3 attacks in a round, and then I read his multi-attack. It said it's only 2, unless he has a short sword equipped too, which then it's 3. And I'm like,
Yeah,
why the fuck would he not have his short sword equipped? Well, shit.
yeah. Attack